Hello there and welcome to another one. I trust I find you in good spirits. My name is Tatenda, back with another one, and the trick is to ensure that you are either laughing or you're getting some relevance from what I'm doing online. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. That way we're going to see more people come through. I am not alone. Yes, I may be alone right now, but I am back again with another special episode. And you know what they say? Once a youngster comes through, more youngsters are going to come through. And this is a challenge to all the oldies that don't want to come to the channel. Youngsters are coming through. And before we speak or before we bring him onto the screen, ladies and gentlemen, meet, there is a kid that was trending for the past 3 weeks. And this kid is known to have hit the ball countless times. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had probably 20 odd plus sixes. And you can understand that a 14-year-old hitting that much boundaries in this heat. I know a lot of people that are in Joburg and surrounding areas, they know that the heat has been excruciating. And these boys keep on doing it over and over and over again. And before I waste so much time and I speak a lot, ladies and gentlemen, meet Mr. Imagine me calling him Mr.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people.
Mr. Josh Anderson. Hello, bud.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good and you?
Welcome to the Game On podcast. Thank you for taking your time. I understand that you are such a celebrity. You've had so many interviews over the past what, 2-3 weeks. What's your frame of mind? What's going through your mind when your dad tells you that, Josh, there's another call, they need you?
Well, I really enjoy it, but it's getting a bit much now. It was fun. It's fun to be on the podcast, to be on social media.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's cool. And
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. The first thing that everyone knows who you are, and that's the importance of interviewing celebrities. Everyone sort of knows who the person is, but then there's always going to be that person that probably watches soccer or they watch a lot of rugby and they don't watch cricket. The first question that's going to come out of their mouth, and the same thing with the team that I work with, most of them don't even know about cricket. They don't even like cricket, to say the least. So the first question that they would ask will be like, who is that? So my first question to you would be, who is Josh? In your own words.
I'm a kid that goes to Trinity, that's trained hard and really enjoys cricket, and I had one nice knock and came off.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing that when you woke up a few weeks ago, did you plan or did you know that this is going to be my day?
I didn't know. I didn't expect to make these runs. Obviously, I've been training to make runs. I didn't expect to make so much. Yeah, but I've been training hard to get my goal, which is become a professional player, which I haven't achieved yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm still hoping to do that.
When did Josh say, you know what, I think cricket is the one, I want to play cricket? At what age?
I was about 6, and I saw my parents watching it and my grandparents, and from the minute I watched it, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Can you say the reason why you love cricket or the reason why you got drawn to the game of cricket was because of somewhat influence from your dad, your mom, or your grandparents, like you say?
Well, I've always loved sport. From young, I played soccer, I played rugby, I played cricket, but I really enjoyed cricket from the minute I played it, and I
Just enjoyed. When did the wicket keeping start? Did you kind of feel like, I think bowling is boring, so apart from batting, I would rather keep?
I really enjoyed being in the action every ball. To be able to read the pitch and see what our bowlers are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were on ETV a few weeks ago, and you said earlier when I said, how has this been with the interviews and whatnot? And you said, I think it's becoming a bit much. But do you understand that that's a tip of the iceberg when you achieve certain things where everyone wants a piece of you? That's exactly what's happening. Everyone wants a piece of Josh. Who is this Josh? What has he done? But then over and above that, I had a chat with you a few weeks ago, and yours truly. I always say when it comes to these things, I cannot keep a secret. I recorded these guys the last time, and guess what? The mics were on mute. So we had to redo the same thing again. So yeah, schoolboy era. But anyway, when you went onto ETV, what was going through your mind?
I was quite nervous. It was my first time on live TV. I was nervous on what questions they were going to ask me, and I was scared I was going to mess up.
But then the same thing as well with me now. I never told you what questions I was going to ask you, and here you are, you're just rolling in. Is it because now you're so used to the media, you're so used to the limelight, so much so that it's just becoming second nature to you?
Yeah, sort of, but like, I guess I just know how to speak and...
Oh, listen to him. I just know how to speak, yeah. And that's the same thing that if you're going to captain and in the IPL or playing for South Africa or whatever, as a captain, you're going to be able to speak to media. Now, imagine how lucky you are that media is speaking to you now and you're getting the frame of questioning and all that, because a lot of people, they'll never tell you what they're going to ask. And sometimes they're going to set you up for something that is so controversial. So you also need to be wary of which platforms are you accepting, which platforms are you saying, yes, I'm going to sit there and answer which question and whatnot and whatnot. That's where your dad comes in. I think, can you say that your father has been pivotal in ensuring that your cricket career, before the limelight was on you, your father and your mom have been the driving force behind you succeeding in your game?
Yes, I think so. They've really pushed me. They've helped me. They've believed in me throughout my career. Yeah, and I think they've been a real push to my game.
Yeah. What does that mean, pushing you?
Well, they're with me through everything. They take me to practices. They pay for club teams that I want to play for. So yeah, so without them, I wouldn't be able to do this.
It seems like the Anderson household is just cricket bags and camp chairs and you don't rest. I was talking to your father, and we're going to bring him through after you. I was talking to your dad, and he was giving me your schedule. And he says, from hockey to cricket, indoor cricket, outdoor cricket, when do you become Josh the kid?
I don't. I think Sunday is my only off day.
But then there's going to be club cricket that's going to start, especially if you're going to play senior cricket. Because at some point, you're looking to then move to senior cricket. Is that part of your plan? Do you want in the nearest future, probably in the next year, to play senior cricket, club cricket?
Yeah, I do. I'm still trying to find one. But yeah,
there's so many clubs that are looking for youngsters. So it's just a matter of asking the right questions, and we need you. A lot of clubs need you. Josh wakes up, and you're playing for Northcliffe. Sorry, you're playing for Trinity. And you guys are going to a match. And a few weeks ago, I had your coach, Coach Tabani, and he told me how you were just clean hitting it. But I want to start off on the day that you guys took off and said, okay, now we're going to warm up. What was the thought process and what was the team talk? What did the coach say to you, and what did you say to the team before you guys went into that particular game?
Well, the team talk doesn't really change. It's rock up, play well, enjoy, have fun, and then you'll get the result.
Yeah.
So
Now let's talk about 357. Let's talk about the first 100. You were dropped in your 90s, right?
Yeah, I think 90s, just over 100. I think that was my first drop.
First drop. What happened?
I tried to pull it to point, but it stayed a bit low, so I hit it flatter than what I thought.
So point dropped it?
No, deep square dropped it.
Oh, so you pulled it.
I pulled it,
Oh,
yeah.
you pulled it. Okay. So what, you mistimed it?
Yeah, it came out the toe.
Okay. What happened to your mindset as soon as that happened? Did you go like, yeah, see, I have to restructure or I have to reset? Because there's someone that is watching now, and I've spoken to a lot of players that go, you know what, I planned my 50, but I didn't have a plan after the 50. Or I planned to get 100, but I didn't have a plan after that 100. I ended up going out because there was no thought process. There's no structure. From 0 to 100, yes, I got 100. Then what? Did you ever have that kind of mindset walking in?
No, not really. So my first goal was to get in there, get my 50. Then it was 100. Then I tried to beat my personal record, which was 156, which I did. Yeah, and then after that, 200, and then after 200, I just had fun
You
and
just
let
kept
loose.
on going.
Yeah.
What are the chats that you have with your dad with regards to your game? I know your dad is not a coach, but he knows about the game of cricket. Do you guys ever have chats in and around your game?
Yeah, I do. My dad normally tells me how to improve on if I do badly, and congratulates me when I do well and do the things right.
What are his expectations of you when you walk in to play the game?
To switch on and enjoy, have fun, but also get a result, bat well, score 50s, hundreds.
Yeah. What does that mean in your own understanding? Because it's one thing for your dad to say a word or a statement, but it's another to see how you define it. So when he says switch on, what does it mean to you? And that's going to be so important to someone that is watching this and say, I also want to score a 300. I want to score a double 100. I want to score 100. Because there is a kid out there that's probably never scored a 50. They also want to know the feeling of scoring a 50. Someone else has never scored a century. They want to know that feeling. Yet you went ahead and went triple that and another half to top it up and not out. What was the thought process around everything?
I was really surprised on what I did. I've tried working on scoring runs, but I'd never expected this to happen. 357 is...
That's insane.
Crazy.
That is insane. Then Josh is on Jacaranda FM, and he speaks to his hero. Did you expect that call? Because even from the call, I was listening to the clip, and they never told you that AB was going to be on the line. No, I don't think your dad even knew that AB was going to. If he did, maybe he kept it under the wraps. But I can see your eyes lighting up thinking about that instance. What went through your mind, and what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot to know that my hero knew who I was, and I was not expecting it at all. It really surprised me. Like, I just thought they were going to do a normal interview, ask me questions, and then all of a sudden it was AB on the line.
AB on the line, and then you got to meet him as well.
Yeah.
How did that impact your career going forward after meeting him and what you guys spoke about?
So it helped me to remember to always stay humble and always work hard, because hopefully I get to AB's level and be able to play in the Proteas.
Yeah.
So just...
What does that mean, stay humble?
Or not get too big, your head gets too big and think you're too good for cricket and for better than the team.
Wow. They always say that cricket has to win at the end of the day, and like you're saying, you have to keep your head down. I think that's where your parents come in to check as well, because you are a kid and you've got friends and everyone, you want to brag or you want to show your achievement. I don't think it's bragging per se, but then society just looks at it as, if I come to you as a friend and I say I got 357, one is going to look at it as like, oh, Josh is bragging. But then that's where your parents come in and say, no. Stay humble, your coaches as well, and everything that you're trying to achieve. So well done. And the one thing that I can say to you is we are watching. The world is watching. Just like you are saying, I did not expect my hero to know who I was. AB is from Pretoria, you are from Randburg. And to know that such words just explodes. That's the importance of the 8 years that you've put in from when you were 6 years old, when you were still holding the cricket bat for the first time, to when you get to the 357. Now, one can say, nah, but then how is that possible that one can score 357? It takes a great deal of mental strength to score 100. Yet you went ahead and scored 357. And you are saying when you walked in, you did not expect that. And it comes back to me and someone that is watching this is thinking, you really don't have to think big. You just have to stay in the moment. Like you're saying, just be switched on. And you were switched on in a sense that, yes, I got dropped, but then it's my time again to switch on because it's hot. And the guys are keeping on coming. There's fielders and everything. And you also have a hectic schedule. I can see you're even tired right now. And I still remember when I spoke to your dad and I told him about the muted mics. He's like, yeah, maybe Josh will be awake. And I'm thinking, But when do you rest and still keep a mental balance between your school, your cricket, and overall being a kid? How do you do that?
I don't know. I just play because I enjoy cricket, so it's really, I'd rather be playing cricket than be sitting at home on my phone and doing nothing.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of my escape.
Wow. Your escape from the stresses. You said in an article here, it helps you escape from the stresses of school. Is school stressing you that much?
Sometimes.
Yeah, exams and all that. Yeah. Take me through. I'm not gonna keep you for long before you have your dad here. You just had an achievement with your hockey as well. So you're excelling in your hockey. You're excelling in your indoor cricket. You're excelling. You just come out of 300. Take me through what is it that's happening with your hockey career.
My hockey is just for fun. I enjoy it. I don't take it super serious. I just have fun and.
Yet you are succeeding.
Well, I guess.
Too easy. Like this life is just easy. Yeah. But well done, Josh. We're really proud of what you've done, and you're gonna be the first one to score 500, but very soon. And we are watching. The world is watching. Jersey Cup is coming as well, and we hope to see so many runs coming through, and seeing you come back here and scoring another 100 and more runs in the Jersey Cup, and also having you transition into that senior phase of senior cricket, and let's see where the future is going to take us. So well done so much on your achievement, and thank you for coming through.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Awesome stuff. Now we're going to ask you to just shift, then we're going to have Dad to come through and let us know what it takes to have a father, to be a father of such success.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Alake. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, Dad.
How are you?
How are you?
Lekker, man.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Good, thank you.
You must be tired as well. Eh?
I am. Yeah.
How does it feel to have to be a father to boys? You've got two boys, and they're both doing well in their own regard, in their own different sporting codes. How does it feel? Where does it put you on the scale, on the balance side of your mental health and you living your own life? Because you also don't want them to live your life. You don't want to live their life. How do you keep a balance between, yes, you're still going to be a dad and still celebrate their achievements and still be that guy that's going to say, no, go to bed now, or be hard on them or on and that?
I think it's easy considering the kids I have. So they've both been sporty from a very young age. Josh never played with cars or Lego or any of that stuff. He was, Dad, here's a ball, let's go play, from the age of when he could walk.
Wow.
So, and it's been golf, it's been football, it's been cricket, it's been whatever he can find. So I would say he was demanding, but it was fun. It was great. You know, I still play sports. I love sport. I think it's phenomenal. I think, what I believe is that the kids should play sport, and it's a wonderful enabler for life and for experiences and everything that you can learn and go through.
Yeah.
So for me, it was an absolute joy for just to be with them and play sport from the age of 1, 2, both the kids.
Yeah.
And that's, I suppose, just evolved over the last 14 plus years with Josh. So it wasn't all of a sudden, yesterday he decided he wants to play this sport and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, and it's been wonderful. And I've been fortunate enough to be be the Uber driver for it. Yeah.
How do you keep a balance having two boys that are playing same disciplines but different venues and all that? How do you keep a balance with regards to, do I support Josh and what happens to Matt? Do I go with Matt and leave Josh? How do you keep a balance? Because at the end of the day, even your wife, she also needs to watch him if you guys are going to be swapping around in that sense. You get what I mean?
So, I just pick whichever one's performing, and then that's it. I'll go to that one. No, it's a juggle, like I support both my kids. They're both phenomenal sportsmen, and we try and mix it up. We try and watch as much as we can of both. There's a big festival happening at Trinity now with Matthew in. Josh is playing Pretoria Boys on Saturday, so I'll go to Pretoria Boys on Saturday. Dale will go to Trinity on Saturday, but I'll be with Matthew on Friday for the festival. So if you look at it, we'll try and watch 90% of both their games, but there is going to be a bit of a split where we pick one or two. But I enjoy it. That's the difference. You know, I love going to go watch them, whether they perform or really mess up. You know, it's part of the package.
How important is it to support our kids? Because from what you're saying, it's not you're hell bent on both boys must play cricket or both boys must play rugby or whatever sport. It's whatever sport that you want to play, I'm going to be there as the Uber driver. Yet there is a parent out there that's going, if you don't play cricket, you're screwed. I'm not taking you to soccer or rugby or whatever. You have to. In my house, you can. And I can't say some parent, I was like that myself. And I still remember when my son was growing up, he was always sporty. And he loved soccer because obviously there's a soccer ball and he's playing. And everyone else that was looking at him sort of like, geez, this kid is talented in soccer. And I always used to make this example and I'll be like, if you don't play cricket, I'm not paying for your college fund or anything. Not doing that. Only to realize that, you know what, to a certain degree I was serious because I wanted him to achieve more than I did on the cricket field. So it's sort of like you are letting them play your dream. So your failed dreams, you want to project them on your kids. How important is it as a parent, as you're advising me, because the more that I'm meeting you guys and having friendships and whatnot, the more I'm realizing that, no, man, the kid can go play tennis, the kid can go play soccer, chess, whatever that they want to. As a parent, you just have to support. What advice would you give to another guy that's going, no, it's soccer because I played soccer, it's cricket because I played cricket?
It's a tough one because I've got two different ideas for both kids. So both kids are completely different. Josh took up soccer when he was 3-4. He played Supersport United. He was a really good left foot player. I have one rule: if you decide to dedicate your year or whatever to sport, you play the full year. It's a team sport. You carry it out. You play it. That's it. Afterwards, we can negotiate, we can discuss it. And this is a 3-4-year-old. We can discuss what are your plans for next year. You know, you've got to play something at least. So Josh came to me and he said he doesn't want to play that anymore and he wants to focus on rugby, which he played at school, and then he wanted to focus on cricket. So that was at about 6. Josh is a different driver to Matthew, the younger one. Matthew didn't really want to play much sport when he was younger. I took him to hockey practice. He didn't want to go. I took him to soccer. He said he wanted to go and then he didn't want to go. So each kid's different, and these are just my two kids, you know. And now Matthew is showing a lot, well, not now, you know, since a good couple of years ago, he's starting to show interest in things. And he's playing cricket, he's playing rugby, he's playing hockey. He's now performing really well at hockey. And now he's switching to say, I'd like to play more hockey, you know, take me to coaching, take me to one-on-ones. So, and that's the driver. And Matthew's slightly different in the way I drive him as the way I drive Josh. So I don't have the answers. You listen to your kids, whatever sport it is, you know, look at it, take it up. And if they enjoy it, they enjoy it. As long as it's a sport. Again, maybe you don't have sporty kids, but I do. And whatever sport they want to play, let them play. And they're going to enjoy it. And if they show that interest, that's when you bite. That's when you really drive them. You push them hard. You take them to the coaching. You try and find out who the coaches are, who's the best coaches, what teams to be involved in, and drive them in that way. And that's what Josh has succeeded with his cricket. He's been passionate since 6, so that was easy. And now with Matthew with his hockey, you know, as they've shown interest, bite and drive.
With your two boys, like you're saying, you've got two boys that are totally different. And I think that's the nature of human beings. You can both be born of the same parents, but two different. One can be sporty, the other an academic. How do you balance the two boys? One is in hockey, the other one is in cricket. And when I asked Josh earlier, he says hockey is just doing it for the fun of it. Yet he's excelling. Don't you think there becomes that sort of a split in competition? Because brothers or siblings, there's always going to be rivalry. Now, what then happens if Josh then succeeds, but then he's saying he's not doing that because he loves it, he's just doing it because it's fun. Matthew, on the other hand, maybe goes through a dip and he's putting everything in and not happening. How then, as a parent, would you say you can fight or stump that sort of competition between siblings?
It happens in life. You know, you're going to go through your troughs, your highs, your lows, and they've known it from a young age. So I think by now they're kind of over it. You know, this was a massive achievement for Josh, and obviously Matthew's on the other side of it. We try and include him as much as we can. He's just made D10 hockey now, so they're going to balance each other out. And from a young age, we've both explained to both of them that as long as you put in the effort, you'll get the rewards and the results.
Yeah.
And forget about what everyone else is doing. You will achieve what you want to achieve at a different time, a different level. And yes, it could be a good driver for the other one. You know, siblings, I've got an older brother as well. You know, there is the rivalry, but it's as long as you create a healthy competition between them, I think it's wonderful. You know, the brotherly love and the fights and all that happen, they'll drive each other. You know, every now and then I look and I see Josh giving Matthew throwdowns, you know, and they're hitting hockey balls together. So there is a healthy, as long as you keep it a healthy competition, I think, you know, both of them will be successful in whatever they want to do.
Wow. Lastly, what advice would you give Josh being a debutant in professional setup and Matthew being a debutant in a professional setup and sport? What advice would you be giving them years later at this point?
I'll just give them my bank details.
Send that money, boys.
No, obviously, I don't. You know, Josh is already now 14, and whatever I've given them, I think they've got. And I'll continue to try and teach them and assist with them. But at the end of the day, they're teaching us, they're teaching me, we're learning together. I think the older they get, the more they will probably teach me. So the advice I've given them is what I've given them, and I'll continue to guide and help them, assist them. But they're on their journey. And so I don't know, 5-8 years from now, hopefully he's at the Pro Tours and I'm just sitting watching. You know,
and that business class ticket to go and he's going to pay for it.
Obviously, it's got to be paid.
He has to pay for it.
No, but in all fairness, look, I think we've taught them what they can. They've learnt enough, and they're slowly but surely learning, and they're evolving, and hopefully the information we've supplied will start to flourish.
Lastly, what is the one philosophy that you live by? A wise man once said that you live by in your parenting, in your life, in you as a person.
Sure, I got lots. Ask Josh. I'm become very philosophical.
Wow, but, listen to you.
So I do have a saying. It's to know everything is to understand nothing, which has a deep meaning to me and the belief around it. But as Josh said, stay humble. You know, you're going to become very good at what you know, but the other person next to you is very good at what they know. And never ever discount what they have. Never discount what they know and who they are, because they might not know what you know, but they know something that you don't. And if you can communicate, you can share, and you can both learn something.
Wow, amazing. You are wiser. Did you come up with that? You're so wise. Appreciate your work, and I know you should be sleeping or studying or something or resting.
Probably studying.
Exactly, studying.
That's mom's job.
But the way he's yawning, you can see that even if he opens those books, nothing is going to get in there. But it is what it is. Thank you so much, guys. Cool, I won't keep you for long, and it's always a pleasure when we see our boys succeeding and doing the best that they can to prove critics wrong or whatever. And yes, someone may be looking at it and thinking, how did this boy do it? But then when they're listening to this, they're like, this is actually simple. He went in there and he said he wants to enjoy it. You took him there because you said you love the game. And like you said with your boys, that if you commit to something, you're committing for the whole season or for the whole year, then later on we're going to change the plan or whatever, because a lot of times kids will then go, you do this because you've got friends there. 2 months down the line, I don't like it, I want this. So they end up waking up and life is gone. And life doesn't owe you anything. So if you're going to say you're committing, you're going to go through the whole. So thank you so much for that.
Cool.
Awesome stuff. If you're still here, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Our job is to ensure that we bring more boys that are doing their best, especially with club cricket and school cricket, and doing everything in their power to ensure that they push the boundaries, they push to the next level, and stay outside of the comfort zone. Like I said, sharing this, make sure that the next person knows that it is possible to score 357, but you don't just wake up scoring it. So you have to hit more balls, you have to practice, you have to do fitness, you have to make sure that you do everything possible to set your base. If you haven't set your base, don't expect miracles. That's just the nature of the game. Same thing with soccer and everything else. For you to score those goals, you have to do it in practice. And thank you so much. If you're still here, we'll see you guys soon, and live long and prosper. Cheers for now.